Hi, Maryann.
Hi, Sandy. So
So
nice to see you.
I know you're going to see me peeking around the camera. So I came down here to talk about your life, right? For your children, for your grandchildren, for me, and for your friends, for everybody, because this is going to go on your website. And so I have questions. Let's talk about what day this is. This is the what is it, Bruce? What is it?
July 6th.
Thanks, July 6th. Okay, it's the 6th of July.
Oh, yes.
2016. And so when were you born?
June 3rd, 1926.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about, where you were born and who
I
your
was
parents
born
were.
in the old Wall City in Manila, the Philippine Islands. And Dr. George Rojas, Roxas, was my attending physician. And his son later became one of the presidents of the Philippines.
Wow. Okay. So okay, so you were born and then what happened?
I really am
'Cause it's
not
all-
sure
it's kind of-
because there were so many places we lived.
Right.
We lived in Surabaya, Java. We lived in Borneo. I have a vague memory
When you
of
say
being
we,
in Borneo.
when you say we,
Lucy and Ralph, my mother and father.
okay.
At
Just
the time.
no brothers and sisters or anything.
No,
Okay.
just me.
All right.
Just sassy me.
Yes. Okay. So you moved. They moved around. Why did they move around so much?
I have no clue. Lucy, we lived in hotels, and I had Alma with me, my nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you have
Lucy danced and sang in bars to support us because Ralph was off to the Four Winds, God knows where.
Mm-hmm.
Know why.
Mm-hmm.
He worked for the Los Angeles Examiner in the advertising department.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was had to do with,
It's
with
all right.
editing, with printing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you actually?
Lithographer, that was what
Let me
he
ask
said.
you this: Do you have seriously any memory of either one of these people?
I don't have memories of them, but I have memories of places.
Places.
Big places. When I was with Flora and Roy, my foster parents, my uncle and my aunt, respectively,
On whose side
my father's,
okay.
my father's oldest brother,
was?
Roy Clark, John Roy Clark, and his wife was Flora. And she had a son, Jack,
Mm-hmm.
whom I call my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And they took me to raise when Ralph and Lucy went off on a dancing tour. Let me get back to the memories because if I don't, I'll screw them up. I used to ask Flora, my foster mother, was I ever on a big ship? And she'd say the only ship you've been on is the one to Catalina. And then when Ralph, my father, wrote and told me that they'd been in a typhoon in the China Sea for 7 days, lost. And I was the only one that wasn't sick, but I was a royal mess.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, I was tied in my bunk.
Oh.
Everyone else was seasick.
Oh.
I have that memory of, I just remember the ship. I don't remember me in the bunk or anything like that. The other memory is of sitting on a trunk with all these toe shoes, these people with toe shoes on, dancing around and fussing over me.
Mm-hmm.
But no memories of faces or anything, no tutus or anything, just the legs and the shoes. And the other one is, I'm sure it was in Borneo. We were in a hut with Alma, and I had to go potty, and she told me just to pee-pee in the water that ran along the edges of the little huts.
Mm-hmm.
Free running water. Those are my memories.
And you actually remember that too. Okay, your mother, I think, was Russian.
Yes, born in St. Petersburg. Her father was a Grand Duke in the Tsar's Guard and was murdered with all the rest of the 39.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Boris Alexander, not sure the last name.
Mm-hmm.
But Pavlova is what was in a dictionary, and lost the page out of the book.
Wow.
Moving around.
Has anybody
so much.
done Ancestry for you?
I should try to do it.
It's too hard. Get somebody else to do it. Somebody's doing it for me. I didn't even ask them, and they're doing it. So,
I don't know how to do it. I do it.
yeah. So, okay. So, And your dad was an American. He was born
Yes.
in the United States, right?
So she could come in on his passport. I was a citizen because at the time the Philippines were protected
Right.
of the United States.
Right.
However, I was 25 years old before I could vote
Oh, really?
because there was all this indecision about the Philippines.
Oh, right. I wonder if can they vote now?
Yes, I have voted since I was 25.
So all right. So we're bringing you up to how old then? And then I think they left you. I think your parents
Well, I
left
was
you.
just not quite 4 years old. Lucy went off on a tour with Fanchon and Marco, and her agent was a man by the name of Ernie Belcher, Belcher, who happened to be Marge Champion's father.
Oh.
My grandmother told me all that.
And then she went off, and then your dad did what?
And he was put her on the ship, and he was to come back. But he never came back. And my grandmother had a nervous breakdown because she was sure that he'd fallen in the water
Oh.
and had drowned. Because I don't think any of the Clarks swam.
Really? But did he? He didn't.
He was on the boat with her.
He went with her.
And they didn't hear from me for a month, of course. They went to South America. They never returned.
So you never saw them again, ever?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember them leaving. But my foster mother's youngest sister, Aunt Blenda, told me that I cried constantly for my mother. I want my mother.
So, all right. So then who took you in? Your grandmother.
My grandmother she had a nervous breakdown. She just could not do it.
Yeah.
So Flora and Roy took me. And I think Flora always resented me because Daddy was not real patient with Jack. Jack ran away all the time. He was a problem kid. A good kid, but he didn't apply himself. I think he had the same thing.
Okay, I want to hear all about your life with Flo. They used to call her Poker Flo, I think.
Flora.
Yeah.
Flora and Clark.
Yeah, and so, but
my first memories of her
we're going to take
are not present.
We're going to take a little break. We're taking a break.
Okay.